Now, if you want to be a private person, remain in private life. But if you are the character who will post anything, you are even in a toilet and you post, I'm here in a toilet. When you are in a public space, it's not your space. That's why they call it a public space.
I love that. When in public space, it's not your...
It's not your space.
It's for the
public space, for heaven's sake. And then you don't have to have feelings in these things. To say now Ahabwa has said, you know, I look like I am stupid. If you know you are not stupid, why should you get bothered with Ahabwa?
Absolutely.
If they say, Winnie, you are a smoker or you drink like fish. Maybe it is those I drink with that are saying I drink like a fish. Let me stop drinking. If the father is saying we are all his bazukulu,
then ye tata.
Katoloka inarugaba ye tata. Tata bobato yagala bakogereko. Va mu public space. Jirekere bali abali hardened. Oba abalowooza nti they will have to give accountability to the Ugandans. You only need to ask me to explain what I said. And I will say, yes, I said it because you started moving like a duck. If you quack like a duck, you walk like a duck, what will I call you if I don't call you a duck? Because now I have seen they have also a tendency of saying you must go and tell people that it was a lie. You must go and say that no, now he's a good man. No. Behave in a way that everybody will not talk about you. Why is it that you are not talking about other people? Other people in public offices and nobody has talked about them.
Why you?
Why you? It means there is something mysterious about you.
Okay, a very good afternoon, our viewers all over the globe. Musibye mutya, mwasuze mutya. So, welcome on our live show with our Honorable Winnie Kiiza. The one, so far, the fact that I came to know her a given percentage, I may not define it, when she was a member of the leader of opposition in Uganda. So, you're welcome on the show. Mama, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ahebwa.
Thank you so much for accepting being part of us on the Flashlight Channel Uganda.
Thank you too.
We really appreciate your time. We shall go direct. Nakatalekeka. Tugenzeko mu bit of politics. Katono. Tumalize program. Mugwanga muno ani gwe bayina okwogerako nani gwe batayina kwogerako kuba tukizudde balwe boogerako ne batabuka ne basiba abantu ne bakola batya. Because I'm relating this basing on the current situation of General Kenerugaba Muhoozi. I will not fear talk about it because Bobo Kiiza okwera mu public, accept public issues. And you know how you can adjust to them. Not by, because somebody has talked about you, or you mumusibe, no. Bonofu kwa mkulembeze nkera chechi gendo kubao. Mbere mamo jogera kote. Ngagwe former leader of opposition.
I have been in a public office. People have criticized me. To me, I've been taking criticisms in good faith.
Okay.
When someone criticizes me, I first sit back and see, why has this person said this? Maybe there is a way I have been behaving that makes them believe the way they have said.
Okay.
So you need to first do a soul search and say, why are people criticizing me in this way?
Okay.
Maybe there is a way I have behaved that is not pleasing.
The community.
The community. And then you adjust. That is one. Two, when you are in a public space, it's not your space. That's why they call it a public space.
I love that. When in public space, it's not your...
It's not your space.
It's for the
public space, for heaven's sake. And when you are in a public space, each member of the public has a way they will want that space to be held. I am a president of the Republic of Uganda. I'm holding it in trust for the Ugandans. That's why each Ugandan comes to cast a vote for me to say, Winnie, we are giving you our mandate. Go and be our president. If it was possible, each Ugandan would say, I am the president of the Republic of Uganda.
Absolutely.
But because not all of us can be president at the same time, we entrust the presidency into one individual. But each one of us expects you to do things the way they think they should have done them if they were in that place. So it is entirely up to you as the leader to have a listening ear. And then you don't have to have feelings in these things. To say now Ahabwa has said, you know, I look like I am stupid. If you know you are not stupid, why should you get bothered with Ahabwa?
Absolutely.
If you think you are not stupid, ignore the fool and let him be stupid. But when I say Ahabwa, you have said I'm stupid, I'm arresting you, then you become a fool.
You're confirming what
you are a fool. If I say, Winnie, you look like you have eaten our money, I have to give an accountability. It means I have not accounted.
Bring accountability.
Yes. Let people understand that the money they think you have eaten, really you have not eaten it. This is how you spent it. This is how you spent it. And say, aha, Winnie, we have now understood. I think you are not a thief. If they say, Winnie, you are a smoker or you drink like fish. Maybe it is those I drink with that are saying I drink like a fish. Let me stop drinking. Bana bo badonywa nabo bakugamba jangu tugende nyono gamba abaye nabirowoozeza ko kati nkyusizza
musigale mukinywero kya memweka
musigale mukinywero kya mwebwe muba musobola namwe muveeyo tulekerawo okunywaza tubadde tunywa tuziteke mu masomero ba madagala olabe wanalabira omuntu anagamba nti gunanywa ngenge. So abasinga obungi tebaagala bagere ku mpisa za
tebetaga mazima
tebetaga mazima tenga babikola. So mu busungu obwo, that is how they begin arresting people. When I say you have killed the people, and indeed you have killed them, prove that you haven't killed them.
Other than
okuja okunonya okwadinga no gamba kati nawe bobo gambe tusebali nawe kankute. Oh, you are just confirming that you are a killer. So, sometimes people are in public spaces and they have tended to make them look like they are personal enterprises. I can feel sad if someone went and said, you know, when Winnie is sleeping, she snores. Yes, I'm snoring in my house. There you have no say because it is my house. If I am snoring, I'm in my bedroom. I'm not the one who is supposed to complain that I snore is the one that I sleep with.
Absolutely.
But not you who doesn't even sleep in that house.
Yeah.
Because that is a private thing. But as long as you are in a public office, accept. Yes. You can't avoid smoke when you want food.
You have to go and
to go to the kitchen.
Gukuyingire omuka.
Omuka gukuyingire.
So n'olwensonga no mukuru.
N'olwensonga eyo kayine rugaba. Tata watera gamba nti bana Uganda bonna bazikulu. So tata kayina rugaba kubanga oli bwabera nga
gwe tata we.
Katolo kayina rugaba ye tata. If the father is saying we are all his bazukulu.
Then ye tata.
Katolo kayina rugaba ye tata. Tata bo batoyagala bakwogereko. Va mu public space. Jirekere bali abali hardened. Oba balowooza nti they will have to give accountability to the Ugandans. Because we are talking about a country where accountability must be given. However, I also don't just encourage people to start talking about leaders in any way, anyhow. But if someone is speaking something that is true about you, and I say that you are a thief when you have stolen, I say that you are a mafia when actually you are a mafia, you only need to ask me to explain what I said. And I will say, yes, I said it because you started moving like a duck. If you quack like a duck, you walk like a duck, what will I call you if I don't call you a duck? So people who are in public offices, you have a moral obligation to live according to the dictates of the offices that you hold.
Okay.
So that whoever looks at you not only admires you, but feels that you have given that office the value that Ugandans attach to it.
Absolutely.
If you are a leader, if you think you are going to lead the people with the feelings of attaching every small thing that they talk about you to yourself and you say, now this one, because I have the power, I have the authority, and I will just use my authority over it, you are going to finish the whole country. Every leader is talked about.
Abigumikirize.
Olina bigumikiriza. Bwoba toyagala heat, get away from it. You can't say you will fear the bites of bees when you are making honey. You best be prepared.
But does he
when
know that?
So, beehive, you should be sure that maybe they can attack you or not. So we are totally prepared for the attacks of the bees. Be vehicle of keeping beehives and making honey out of the bees. So those, for me, I would encourage the leaders who have power and authority. Instead of imprisoning people because they have talked about you, find out why they believe the way they have spoken. Find out why they should talk the way they have talked. Other than making them enemies, please reach out to them and ask them why they thought so. Me, that's what I believe. That if I think you are being unfair to me, I'll let you understand that you have become unfair. But not by arresting you. Because I knew if the person that Muhoozi arrested was told that Muhoozi is calling you, and Muhoozi calls the person in the office and says, by the way, you said that I'm like this. What? Why did you say that?
Interact.
Yes, interact with the person and find out, because by arresting me, it doesn't take it away from the mind of the person. Neither does it go away from the people who might have seen the same attribute in you. But when you make me understand, possibly I can use the same platform to explain what I had not
clear
understood.
the air.
To clear the air, but also not by force. Because now I have seen they have also a tendency of saying you must go and tell people that it was a lie. You must go and say that no, now he's a good man. No. Behave in a way that everybody will not talk about you. Why is it that you are not talking about other people? Other people in public offices and nobody has talked about them.
Why you?
Why you? It means there is something mysterious about you. Something unexplained about you. So try to explain instead of harassing people and torturing them. Otherwise, the right to the right to freedom of speech.
And yet you are saying you're in freedom way.
Yes. Now, if you want to be a private person, remain in private life. Be on your own. Don't go in public.
Social media jirekera abantu ba
Social media jirekera abantu ababulijjo. But if you are the character who will post anything, you are even in a toilet and you post, I'm here in a toilet. So I was trying to say that if you don't want people to speak about you, just remain low. Do your work in silence. Let the results speak volumes for you. But there are those even before they do anything. Basoka ne balangirira. Ngenda okola bwekiti, I'm going to do this. So bwekikulema ne bagamba bikulemye. Because you prepared us psychologically to be prepared for big things. And you don't make the big things happen.
True.
So, nalisabye Muhoozi, mutabani wa Tibuhaburwa.
Edya Museveni yali ejjako.
Lya Museveni yali ejjako naye mutabani wa Tibuhaburwa. Ne wali ejjako ajja kusigala Museveni wa mutabani wa Museveni. Tibuhaburwa. Oba naye akkiriza bamuwabule?
Akkirize.
Simanyi. Instead of harassing people because they have talked bad about you, do soul searching and see whether what you are doing is the right thing. And whether the person who said what they said it in bad faith. There is someone making a statement and you think the person is attacking you when actually the person maybe should have advised but used the wrong approach. There are some people who don't know how to speak. Public speaking is also not easy. Including those who write. There are people who just write the way they think. Without first asking, when I put it this way, will it give the same meaning? Like if I put a comma here and I put a full stop here. What they used to say, punctuation. The way you punctuate your writing
matters.
Can also give a different meaning to the word. So first find out from the person what they meant before you begin torturing them.
Absolutely.
And torture is not going to be the only way through which we can build the country. Forcing people to love you is also not healthy for a country. If you think people are telling it to you in your face that you are a bad man, tell them, friends, I think I have also had my work done. I have played my part. Before you start calling me a bad man, let me call someone else to also take up the matter.
Okay.
So I want to really implore the general,
Muhoozi,
Kainerugaba, the son of Tibuhaburwa, to go slow on social media first of all.
Tena reacting about you.
The posts he gives are also attracting a lot of criticism. So when people respond, don't respond the way you are responding. You are a big person. First of all, as a first son, that alone is enough. But as a general in the army and as a leader in your capacity, there are things you should look at as minor.
Okay.
And you leave them at that. You have bigger battles to fight.
Other than that,
than fighting small battles
of individualism,
and
especially in your country.
Yes.
Okay.
Where your father is the president and you are the commander of
land forces.
the land forces. Those are some of the land forces. But if you think they are becoming a problem, please don't react angrily. Don't react in that manner. Just know you are a leader, and leaders should be accommodative.
Leaders are always patient.
Be patient, be accommodative, and learn to be accountable.
Okay.
There are sometimes when people will behave towards you the way they behave because they have not seen some level of maturity, some level of accountability in you, and they expect you to behave in a certain manner which you are not behaving. So they want to put you on track. They may use different ways, and those ways may not be pleasing in some ways.
Okay.
So learn to tolerate even dissenting views.
Chakabi, mama twenza tweyanzege webale ku advice mukuru Muhoozi. By the way, mukuru Muhoozi yali badde atwana sente za airtime data kumwogerako. We are trying to help him.
Yeah, tumuwa advice agobwerere.
Ni ate ya jaggalaba yekyusize mnagambe lengera name munjogerako njabachima
nawulira bubi nga ndabya postinze nti the elders who are supposed to advise me
they've not helped
me bandwana ngamba kati
tubamuyambe kutukiza bifu.
Really, is this a Facebook and Twitter issue?
It's not.
Reach out to those elders and ask them,
individually,
my elders, where have I gone wrong? Na yo kubogerera ku Twitter na Facebook.
Elders have not helped me.
You elders, you have not helped me. No. Reach out to them and ask. You are the ones supposed to guide me. I look unto you as my fathers. You are my father's friends. Oh, we have been with you in this struggle. Where do you think I have gone wrong?
What can I do?
What can I do? Then they advise you. If you take their advice, you will be good to go. But choosing them on Twitter,
it doesn't make up.
It doesn't make sense. And actually, it shows some level of indiscipline. How do you solicit for advice on Twitter from the elders that you know? You know where they stay? You know what they do? If indeed they are elders...
Even if you don't know, you can search and find out.
If they are indeed the elders that you think should be advising you, reach out to them.
Better.
So when you feel big, that's what you land into.
Amagezo gamu adago bwerere. Mama, ate, do you see any difference between the time you're in office of as a leader of opposition and the system that is running now? Do you see any, is there any role being played by oppositions at the moment?
The opposition is definitely playing a role.
Okay.
I have seen the leader of the opposition giving alternative views. Okay. I have seen the members of the shadow cabinet giving their individual views. And indeed they are doing work, but the situation in which they are operating
it's not friendly.
Is not friendly. Of course, they are few in Parliament. So even if they had substantial substantial energies to use, their energy is not as bigger as the energy they are from the other side.
They are operating with.
They are operating with. That is one. Then two, they are operating in a COVID situation.
In a
where
situation.
They are not allowed to move. They are not allowed to congregate. They are not allowed to address people. And yet Ugandans are used to interacting with their leaders freely.
So there is a law being played by opposition.
There is yes, they are doing it, but from the background.
Bambi.
They cannot be able to move out and possibly interact with the Ugandans the way the Ugandans would have wished. So me, I can see that the difference that is there between the time I was leader of opposition and the current time is that the times are different. At that time, COVID was not there. So for me, I would freely get out to reach out to the Ugandans and we discuss.
Okay.
Much as they were tear-gassing us, they were tear-gassing us because they never wanted us to reach out to the public to tell them what is happening in the country. But these ones now, they have been curtailed. The government is now politicizing COVID. For everything now, the opposition is spreading COVID. For everything, the opposition is spreading COVID. And I think that is why the Ugandans may not be able to see the current opposition out there in the public as much as they saw us during our time. And I would pray that the Ugandans really do understand the times that we are working on. The times we are working in are different, including also the terrain, political terrain. As Museveni gets older and as he gets weaker, he's becoming more lethal. As he gets older, as he gets weaker, politically weaker, he's becoming more lethal. So he's now more ready to kill than to talk with the people. That is why you see that even someone who is just talking about the sun is being tortured. The system knows that it can collapse anytime. So they are holding on even to a smallest thing. So some of the politicians are worried. They fear, they are still young. Some of them fear for their lives. So I would really want to implore and ask the Ugandans to be a little bit patient with them. Give them what you think they should be able to do. Share with them either by Facebook or by Twitter. And I hope they will also not be angry and annoyed to take you to court, but they don't have courts. So talk to them, they are your voice. I'm sure they will listen. We shall also use the small spaces that we use to speak about the ills in our country and see whether we can make a contribution.
Parliament kusubwanye ebigambo bino mama.
I will do it from another platform. Yeah. May
Almighty God bless you. Thank you so much for following us on Twitter and on Facebook, on YouTube, all versions. Febani abachali abalamu. Mama bwanaba nga simye at least once a week tujja kwa tumulaba nga atwa ku magezi tutambule tutya twezi tutya in all angles. Mama, do you believe there is not in the saga jita wave of no vis-a-vis the leading the regime eriwe sawa zino nti eina battle jetaddeko eri this leading regime?
Well, I will say that of course Ugandans spoke through NUP. The voice that is in Parliament, okuyitira mu NUP, it is a voice of Ugandans.
Absolutely.
What people call a wave, yali desire yabatuuze okukyusa obukulembeze bw'eggwanga lino. And of course at the time they gave their mandate to the many members of the National Unity Platform. They were looking for which other option do we have to cause the change that we desire. So they saw it in the young man. That is how they voted for the National Unity Platform with the members of NUP. Ugandans need change. Ugandans need change. I let nobody deceive you that omuliro gugenda kukka.
Gutandika butandisi.
Gwakatandika butandisi, because the more the Ugandans get tired of the system, the more they want to get rid of it.
Okay.
And therefore, when onogulaba, mwagulabye e Kayunga, and I told you that now the system is just getting tired and frustrated. That is how you just saw them lifting the victory from the National Unity Platform candidate, Nakwede. But otherwise, NRM lost. So we want to say that Ugandans are more and more, even those who didn't understand whenever we would talk about vote rigging, they kept saying those are lamentations.
True.
So kati now babirabye, even those who had not known, they saw what happened in Kayunga. And people are saying now, hey, you mean a victory can be grabbed?
Ng'otunula
bwoti omuntu n'ayitamu victory ne bagigrabbinga. So the agitation is growing and growing and growing. Kyensaba Mukama nti abaana Uganda abasinga obungi bakirabe, so that we can all speak in unison and say we need change.
Amen.
Otherwise, many keep thinking that maybe our abanonya change to disgruntled. We are not. We are Ugandans who wish well this country. And we actually, some of us who believe in democracy, we have been thinking that we can get the changes using the power of the ballot. But every other day is getting us closer to the reality that the ballot paper is not going to be the solution.
And you've seen that.
So Museveni, the moment he realizes that Ugandans are getting to other options, he will not rest. And I think that is the reason why he is now more frail and more annoyed than ever before. But we want him to know that what is happening in other African countries, where Yakuza are happening, where takeovers are happening, Ugandans are not asleep. The same can happen in Uganda. We thought we would give him an opportunity to say bye to Ugandans peacefully. He has played a bigger part. We wouldn't want to just throw it away. Let him rest.
Okay.
Some of us have rested and have not died.
And I'm wondering.
So we want to let him understand that if he rests, Ugandans can respect him even the more. Otherwise, I wish Ugandans a happy new year. I wish you joy. I wish you happiness. And I continue to implore you, fight for Uganda.
Amen. Fight for Uganda. Also, wish a very fabulous new year. Today we are in the year 2022. Eramba saba mwina mwina bana Uganda. Tukwatrewa mo tutambuze nsi yafe Uganda. Nengo budo businga gwebuze why among all people you are still surviving. It is by the grace of Almighty God. What you have to do, you have to be nice to each and everyone. Be nice to me, be nice to her, be nice to everyone. We shall overcome what is giving us hard time. For today, we are ending it from here at Embasaba. Next time, we shall be on live stream. You can call in for interaction. Mama bwanaba twade ekisa n'obudde nga kwali. Omukama nga atambudwa munaffe. Mbagala nnyo mubere bulungi mbadde manjiro mu the program Mahiwa Rogers.
Obudde bwongenda bubawa.
Ogenda butuwa. Muchiwulidde from the horse's mouth. At least every week one show nga tusomesa tulina okwesa tutya different versions. Akumata kumena mpera mbere bulungi mwiraba.